Good morning. I'm so excited to be here today. This is Real Talk with Miss Brenda. And today, my cup runneth over. Yesterday was our alumni, and it was our reunion, and we're going to tell you all about it. And today, with me, is I could not be more excited. This is my grandson, Joseph. Joseph is for real the love lady kid. I mean, Joseph, this is our 20-year reunion. How old are you?
I am 27 years old, so
In other words,
yeah,
7 years old.
7 years.
So his whole life, most of his memory is Love Lady.
Yep.
So if there's anybody that can give a perspective from a Love Lady kid, it's him. And I have seen Joseph grow from a little kid to a man, a wonderful man. And I am so honored to have him. Never in a million years did I dream that his plan that God had for Joseph was to be an intricate part of Love Lady.
And side note, I didn't think so either. So look at God.
Look at God go. All right, I got my Kleenex because I was afraid that today would be a little emotional for me and everybody. Yesterday, we had over 2,000 people at the park, and it was at East Lake Park, and it was. What did you think about yesterday, Joseph?
Incredible. I mean, just to see all of the lives that I've gotten to know over the years, and to see them bring their families, their children, it was a great reminder for why we do what we do, and I needed it. It was great from my perspective, and yeah, I mean, just a beautiful day, starting out with an incredible service, praising God first and foremost, and then just having a fun day throughout, with pumpkin patch and activities, inflatables, food trucks, and yeah, like you said, 2,000, around 2,000 people. Yeah, something that I'll never forget. It's incredible to be a part of it.
It's kind of strange. It was my brilliant idea that we would have a drama and that Melinda and I would be in the drama. Well, here I am, an old decrepit woman, and they bring a stage, and if the stage was smaller than it was supposed to be, and I'm thinking this stage is going to fall with my old self on it, and I had COVID and I couldn't practice, so I was just sure it was going to be a mess. But the Lord took what could have been a mess and sent a message. And
Yeah.
I just can't tell you. I'm sure that if you go on the internet, you can see a lot of the pictures. I told Rodney this morning, it looks like I was trying to pass a kidney stone. I looked like I was scared and miserable, but that wasn't it. Yesterday, we worked so hard, and they worked so hard, and I felt so bad because I was sick and couldn't do everything. And I was watching how hard everybody had worked, and I think the reunion did more for me than it could have ever done for anybody. I needed it.
I love that. Yep, and same here. I really
I
did.
mean, we get so busy, I
Yep.
think sometimes we forget.
Yeah, that's
Just
exactly right.
Yeah, we forget why we do. They we set up tents, and the tents, after I came off stage, I have to go to my tent, and I never even got to get up and walk around and do one thing. I had to sit in my tent all day, signing books and talking to mothers, and the line never got less. And this was the most incredible thing. The first thing out of 90% of the people's mouth, or the women's mouth, or the mother there was a lot of mothers that would just come and sit and just want to hug me and tell me, thank you for giving me my daughter back. Thank you for giving me my grandchildren back. Miss Brenda, without you, and I want to make sure everybody knows, I am nothing but a broken down vessel that the Lord has used. And if He can use me, He can use anybody. Let me tell you.
That's so good.
And I am just, my cup runneth over. And we're going to talk more about the reunion, but I want to talk to Joseph about growing up Lovelady.
Uh-oh.
What happened is Melinda is his mother, and Melinda, when she was a little girl, she would say, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to work with my mommy. I'm going to work with my mommy. And never once has that wavered. We have been side by side, hip joined by hip, for everything that has happened. And sometimes I would pray, Lord, I really hate to drag her through this because I know we're going to be going through some fire. And I hate for her to go, but there was nothing else to do. She wouldn't have it any other way, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. And so we have been together the entire time. She has 3 children, and she now is a grandmother. And yesterday, she fell going up that stage, and all I could do was worry about her. And there I am, can't even get up on the stage. So I mean, she is always one of the first things that comes to my mind with anything going on. She is one of the most awesome people anybody could ever have. I do not know how. Well, we're just going to have to give the Lord credit for raising her because I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it. She's just that incredible a person. And I know a lot of mothers think that, but I'm not the only one that thinks it. I think most people think, how did Miss Brenda have her? And I'm telling you, I don't know. But Joseph is her oldest, and I took Joseph. There was a time, we never talk really about the sacrifices that we had on during the time. I try not to zero in on the sacrifices, but there were so many sacrifices. There was a time when we had absolutely no money, and we had a lot of money, and we all lived together in one house. One house. There were 3, 4, 5.
A lot of
5 kids,
Yeah.
about 4 dogs. Me, my husband, Jeff, Sean, and Melinda. It was just. But I don't remember the bad things about it.
I'll be honest. I thought that question would come up, and I've done a lot of thinking, and I don't either. I really don't. Like you said, 7 years old when this all started with Lovelady, and that's a short period of my life. I've known more of my life with the Lovelady Center, and so people ask, what was that like growing up around that type of environment? Having ladies live at your house who've have found themselves in a hard season, a hard time of life, and it's people think it's different, it's unique, not normal. Well, to me, that was really all I knew, so it was normal to me, and
It did seem normal.
yeah.
What's wrong with us?
It was a part of my everyday. The ladies who were in the program living at our house, side by side, these ladies were my babysitters and tutors. We're just living life together, and what an incredible experience to be able to grow up in that type of environment.
It kind of like Benjamin Buttons.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it just Yeah, I mean, thinking back to my childhood, uh, I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to grow up in that environment.
You
Uh,
really feel
I re-
thankful?
I really am. And I'll start to cry and get a little emotional when I think about it. But uh, mm, as a dad now with two boys, Zaylen and Zane, and to know that they get to grow up, um, around the Love Lady Center. It's all they'll ever know, and I'm thankful that um, they'll be able to see the work that you and Mom have put in, and
And you now?
yeah, that we're embracing the call of God that He put on our life.
I wonder why. I wonder why that, I was thinking about how, what would make us. I was praying last night and I was saying, Lord, what, why would some people, I never even thought about it. I just knew that that's what we were supposed to do. At first, when we first started the center, uh, it was all just Hop Hill. That's where we live. And
Yep.
then uh, it got to be that big mess in the paper, and we had to move a lot of people out. It was awful. And, they were writing terrible things about us in the paper, and it was like we were out to destroy Birmingham. It was terrible. And then we had to move half of them to your house.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it got real tough, we had to put them out into various houses, and we all lived in one house.
Yep.
I can remember.
My school teachers, you're a part of that crazy family. Yeah, that's the one.
I did. I mean, people would always say, "You're that Miss Brenda?"
Yep.
I want to say, "No, I don't know her," but I would say, "Yeah, I'm her." And I remember when the neighbors were up in arms. Now you got to remember, we live on 9 acres up, way away from everybody, and yet they were. You would think we were in the middle of the street, and they would say bad stuff, and I would want to fire off because this red-headed temper of mine, I'd want to fire off, and I can remember thinking that in First Peter it talks about they hurled all manner of insults at Jesus, and he said not a word. And I thought, okay, big mouth. He said not a word, and our mandate is to be like Jesus, so you'll say not a word. So I finally had to just quit reading it.
Yep.
And, I made the front page of the paper for 6 weeks running.
Yep.
And I know that had to embarrass all of us. It had to embarrass people, us as a family. And I was thinking, why? We homeschooled y'all.
Yep. Did some homeschooling and
Boy, we had some smart women.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we had somebody that had taught algebra. As a special algebra teacher. We had special teachers for everything. And it was women that had, I think sometimes people think that we just have a bunch of renegade, crazy women, but we have beautiful women also, brilliant women that made a mistake.
Yep.
And that mistake put them with us.
Yep.
And being with us, it was creative.
Yeah.
Y'all got to go on more field trips than anybody.
Creative is the word I think of too, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, one day when Joseph still lived, this is kind of like something that sticks in my mind. I will never forget it. This is when we first started. We still had some, I hadn't gone through all our money then, and we still had a house in some houses in Gulf Shores. Those went away real fast and went into the center. But at this time, we still had them. Well, Melinda came to the house, and she pulled up, and she stopped at the mailbox to get the mail, and I said, "Well, she said, "Well, what are you doing, Mother?" And I said, "I'm going to Gulf Shores." And she said, "Mom, it's 9:00 at night. Are you just going to Gulf Shores?" I said, "Yeah. Joseph, you want to go?" And Joseph said, "Yeah."
I roll my window down. I'm like, well, let's go. This doesn't happen in real life, but come on.
Joseph said, "Yes, I want to go. We're going down." And I said, "I'll just stop and get him some stuff at Walmart." And I said, "And we'll just go on to Gulf Shores, and he can just go with me. We'll be back in a few days." And Melinda said, "Okay, Joseph, you want to go?" And Joseph's already out of the car, jumped in.
Already
So
out
we're
of the
going
car.
down the road, and Joseph hadn't said anything. And I said, "Honey, what's the matter?" He said, "This just doesn't happen in real life. Your Mimi doesn't just stop and say, 'You want to go to Gulf Shores, get in and we'll buy some clothes and you go.'" He said, "This is just the best."
Yep.
And so that's kind of how we lived our life.
Yep. Not to just every day is a new day, and what's to come, leaning in with what God has for us. And so, yeah, again, looking back at it, it's definitely unique. A lot of memorable experiences that, yeah, I mean, wow.
And then you grow up. He went through a rebellious time when he wore his hair over his face.
Yep, the skater
And he would
hair.
always swing his hair.
Skater
and I would
hair,
say,
yeah.
"Joseph, do something with your hair. Maybe my hair is good." I said, "Okay,
A lot of
Joseph."
people told me to do something with that hair, and I was like, no, they're just jealous. They're haters. But man, looking back at that, what was I thinking? No idea. Goodness gracious.
And then you get married.
Yep.
Tell them a little bit about your marriage.
Oh, my goodness. I'm blessed with the most beautiful, incredible person. My
They're like
wife,
Ken and Barbie.
Peyton Brooke, such an incredible human. Oh, my goodness. I don't know where I would be without her. I'm so thankful
Beautiful
for her.
person.
Yep. Incredible wife, mom of our 2 boys, the most intentional, nurturing person I've ever met. She does everything with a purpose, and she loves so well. I see the patience she has with our toddler right now, and I'm like, I don't know how she does it. But yeah, so thankful for her.
Listen, you're that good a dad, too. Of course, I'm always going to be not partial because I absolutely adore Peyton. I tell them, I want you to tell the audience about last night what Zealand said.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah, listen
yesterday,
to this.
our 20th year anniversary for Love Lady. So we're celebrating at Eastlake Park with 2,000 people and having an absolute blast. Personally, I am. I think this is incredible. And my 3-year-old little boy, he's hanging out with me a lot of the day on my shoulders. And we're just having a blast. But, we're doing a lot of talking, trying to be intentional, create meaningful conversations. My little boy, I notice he's starting to get a little worn out. So I'm like, all right, buddy. Well, I think you and Mommy are going to head on home. I get home that night, and Zealand, did you have fun today at the park? He said, no. I said, why? Why did you not have fun at the park? That was so much fun. He said, there was too many people there. I said, what? I said, I like a lot of people. He said, I don't like a lot of people. He said, next time, let's go to a park with not so many people. That's my boy.
He is so cute.
Yeah, he's a good
time. Of course,
time.
I'm supposed to think that he's my great-grandson, but he is so cute. Just talks a mile a minute, never shuts up. Total opposite. Joseph was a quieter kid.
Yeah.
He was much quieter. Zealand just, yeah, all the time. I love it. He just never shuts up. And now you've got another one.
Yep, a 3-month-old, and yeah, so blessed, so thankful. I'm looking what God has done over my 27 years of life, and I do want to just take a moment because I'm sure many people think that maybe my goal was to always work at Love Lady, or to, but yeah, I want to take a minute to just rewind the clock, and so growing up throughout Lovelady, again, I said it, but I'm meaning, unique experiences, but so thankful for it. But in that time of life, I never really thought I would ever work at Lovelady.
Did you resent Lovelady?
I wouldn't say I resented it. I knew what was being done, the impact that was being made was incredible. I mean, I genuinely thought that at 13, 14, 15 years old. I thought, again, this is what's happening right now is only God. And I genuinely thought that. And I said, this is lives are being changed, families are being restored. But I personally did not have the desire or the call that I thought I would ever work at Lovelady. I was I was actually thinking maybe a police officer, because I saw the ins and outs of the legal system and learning a lot of what that looked like, and
The
so I
wrong
was
way?
yeah, I was thinking maybe a police officer. But my senior year in high school, I was not being homeschooled, but I was at a private school, a Victory Christian in Pell City, Alabama. And my senior year in high school was a pivotal point in my life. I was given the opportunity to lead in different capacities throughout my school, and really just started to, open my eyes to what God has for my life. And I realized maybe I am going to be called to full-time ministry. What that looks like, I'm not sure. I've seen ministry being done through Lovelady that's not the traditional church setting. And I thought maybe it could look something like that, but not Lovelady. And
You never considered Lovelady?
I didn't. Never.
No, I know you didn't. I was blown away that last year of high school as I watched you grow. You were right, that was a pivotal moment. I mean, I watched your life. I just watched it change and watched it grow. And I watched you becoming a man, and it was incredible to see, and I watched that change. But I wasn't thinking, well, that's not true.
Deep down.
Yeah, I always
Deep down, you knew.
I was make these little hands, but I could see nobody was taking my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay.
So
Go
how
ahead.
did I end up at Lovelady? Let's talk about that for half a second.
As
So
long as you want to.
my graduate high school, and I get the chance to go on a mission trip to Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, and spent 2 weeks. And the goal of our mission trip was to host the first ever national youth conference for this country, and it was, I mean, wow, what an experience! 2 weeks in Yangon, Myanmar, and we went out to villages and huts and communities and invited people to this big youth conference, and we were gonna, worship and share the gospel. That was our mission, and that trip changed my perspective, really on this world and on people in general. Seeing the living standard of these tiny huts, and when we say huts, that's not being exaggerated. People living on the ground, and that's just the way they lived. And I never experienced anything like that. And it was on that trip that I knew God was calling me to ministry. That no matter what was going on in my life, that I was going to walk out the purpose He called for me. And that was practically, not sure what that looks like, but it's ultimately going to lead to making an eternal impact in some capacity. Eternity is real, and I want to spend the rest of my life focused on that, because that's what matters. And so I come back home to Birmingham, Alabama after that trip on fire, and I start out, it's time to start college. And so I get the chance to go to Highlands College. So thankful for that school. It's a ministry leadership school out of Church of the Highlands here locally in Birmingham, Alabama. And I spent the next 3 years focused on outreach, missions, a lot of inner city outreach here in Birmingham, learning in every facet that I could. My my verse was Ephesians 5, 15 and 16. Be careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise. And I want to live a life that's operating out of wisdom. Um, so be careful how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity. And that was my goal, and that's still my goal today. Is the opportunities that are going to present itself. I want to be sure to make the most of every single opportunity. And so that was my goal for those 3 years. And college is up. I graduated. Again, so thankful for those opportunities. And now it's time to get into the real world. What does ministry practically look like? And I wasn't sure. After those 3 years, I'd done a lot of praying. God, open up doors, close the doors that need to be shut, open up doors that only you can open. And here we are. I get a call from you and Mom saying, "Hey, Joseph, you're out of school. We really need some help with our kids for the summer. Do you want to come and help our kids' summer school program?" And I said, "No, I really don't, to be honest." But after, praying and realizing, looking back over the years, what Love Lady means to me and the impact that it's made, I'm like, well, Joseph, what are you thinking? How incredible of an opportunity is this to sow into kids' lives? These are kids who,
At-risk kids.
yeah, I mean, these kids have gone through some things. There's a lot of trauma, and I mean, wow, what an opportunity you have. And so I said, you know what, me, Mom, I'll take the chance and let's do it. And
I
now
was
here
so
we are.
excited. I was kicking up my heels.
Yep. And wow, that was the longest summer of my life. Oh my goodness. But yeah, looking back at it, I'm so thankful for that opportunity as well. And I grew tremendously that summer. But summer wrapped up and the kids had to go back to school, thank God. And so I transitioned out and ended up, Mom said, "Hey, I could use some help in a couple other areas for Love Lady, with a big focus on technology and increasing some more sustainable systems that we have in place. How can we get some technology involved?" And now here we are 7 years later. 7 years later.
7 years, Joseph.
Yep.
And you have brought us from, like, I'm not going to say the dark ages, but the Middle Ages, from the Middle Ages to the future. You have absolutely done an incredible job. See, I knew, I felt in my heart you were supposed to be with us, but I really wasn't sure what a young man was going to do.
Yep.
And
Me and you both.
I wasn't sure how that was going to work out. And I mean, when you've got a nice looking young guy working around 400, 500 women every day, married, I just wasn't sure what God was thinking.
Yep.
And it came to be, and day by day I would see more and more, and you would do these remarkable things that we would never have done. First of all, we lacked the knowledge. Now, your mother's light years ahead of me, light years. You don't need to expand on that. Most everybody's light years ahead of me. But I'm listen, I can shop good and stuff on the internet.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, hush. But anyway, I was just blown away by what you have been able to accomplish in that ministry. And we have never had not one bump with you. And I have as much respect for you as I do anybody, and not as my grandson. Well, as my grandson, but as a man of God. I have never seen more strength or more honor. And I am so
Thank you.
blessed to have you, and I can only think of 2 times that you've been even the least that you've got mad at me. One time was in Kentucky. I was talking during when somebody.
Oh yeah. We're not gonna talk about that.
I mean, this man wouldn't shut up, and I started talking, and Joseph gave me a look like, I thought I'm in trouble.
Hey guys, having this lady as a grandma.
Do what?
Having this lady as a grandma. I mean, it's
not easy.
It's not easy. No, incredible. I mean, just the.
What is it like having me as your grandmother?
I mean, it's all I've known. So this is you're my Mimi, and the impact that you've made, and just you as a person outside of Love Lady, but as a grandma is. I mean, I'm so thankful, and just your personality, the fire that you bring to our family, the grounding that you bring to our family, maybe gets looked over sometimes, but just who you are as a person and as a stakeholder for our entire family
Isn't that
awesome.
Wonderful? That I love that. Well, what about Melinda? What's it like having her as a mother?
Yeah, I mean, the most incredible person I know. I mean, she's the leader that she is, and her love for others.
Her capacity to love.
Yep.
Is
it's just
unparalleled.
It really is. Having my mom as a boss, maybe I know it may be seen as odd or how do you guys get along? I can never work with my family kind of mindset people have, but again, I'm so thankful for it. And there's always going to be moments. There's different seasons, but yeah, I mean,
have we ever had a major, big argument about how something should be?
No, I don't think
I
so.
know
I think
sounds like we've got to be. We've got to have. I think as long as you're walking the path and everybody's walking with God,
yep,
and you're allowing God to move in our lives.
100%.
Yesterday the drama we did was what? Nobody.
Yep, Nobody. By Casting Crowns. Yep, featuring Matthew West, and it's I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who saved my soul. Yeah. That sums it up right there.
That's it.
That's what it's all about.
We remember that we are nobody.
Yeah.
Trying to tell everybody.
Yep.
About somebody who saved our soul.
Yeah.
And I think that as long as we walk in that unity.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
we don't talk much about it because they don't work directly with us as the men in the family. But now, Bo.
Yeah.
My son Bo is in there.
Uncle Bo
and the monkeys.
Uncle Bo and the monkeys.
We have some.
What a life.
Huh?
What a life.
I know. I mean, it sounds like we're a bunch of nuts.
I mean,
no, maybe so.
If the boot fits.
Maybe so. How does Peyton's family feel about it?
I feel like they're all in. They embrace it. They see the impact that's being made, and I think they love to be a part in any way that they can be. Yeah.
Oh, good people.
Absolutely.
Good people.
Absolutely.
Peyton, she just fits right in.
She does.
Never.
And right now she doesn't work at Love Lady, but maybe one day.
Oh, she will.
You heard it here first, right there.
You will, Peyton. Probably Zealand will too. And by then we'll be having 20,000 people at a park, and he'll say, "We're going to have to get a bigger park."
Yeah, there you go.
Uh-huh.
The best is yet to come. Absolutely.
Is that how you feel?
I do. I genuinely do. I really do.
Any regrets?
Nope. Nope. Looking back, again, just the heart that you and Mom, the perseverance that you and Mom have had, getting to watch that unfold firsthand, growing up in it. I mean, I'm just, again, I've said it 100 times, but I'm so thankful that this is the kind of environment that I get to raise a family in, and wouldn't change a thing. No regrets. I heard this quote: "You never fully live until you fully give your life away," and I truly believe that, and I've seen that firsthand. And you, and Mom, and the 150 staff members that work for the Love Lady Center now, the volunteers, the motto of "You never fully live until you fully give your life away," and that's our heart. That's what we're called to do, is to make an eternal impact.
But it's so different than the world feels. That's what I was thinking last night.
It's not what society says by any stretch of the imagination. It's not. But
I mean, society is totally different than the way we live.
right. Societies get as much as you can, as quick as you can, and that's just as we know as believers and followers of Jesus.
You know, Joseph has
that's
two
not the life.
sisters that work in the ministry too. I would love to talk about them, but today it's all about me and Joseph.
Well, Maddie and Kaylee, two of my baby sisters. Maybe one day they can hop on here and share their perspective. We'll see what their perspective looks like, but
Theirs will be different.
I think theirs will be different. But again, they're right there in the thick of it every single day, working for Love Lady, and they have the opportunity, and they're thankful for it, and so I'm thankful for them as well. So
I could sit here all day and talk to Joseph, and I'm sure that you could listen to him. But we gotta go, Joseph.
Well, thanks.
But I love you.
I love
you so much.
Thank you for
I am
having
so
me on.
thankful to God that you're my grandson.
I'm thankful for you that you're my grandma. My Mimi.
I'm your Mimi, all right. That's for sure. And we could tell a lot of tales about that one, but we won't.
No doubt.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.